Hey guys, this is Gael from Analismo.org. Today was a very interesting press conference by Jose Mourinho because he gave a very long explanation regarding the 2-week silence. He also had very interesting words regarding Rafael Varane, and he gave 2 pieces of news. The bad news is that Khedira is sick and won't be playing tomorrow. The good news is Di Maria is back.
Buenas tardes a todos, bienvenidos. Vamos a comenzar la comparecencia de prensa del entrenador del Real Madrid, José Mourinho. Por favor, les recuerdo que es una pregunta por intervención y que antes les pedimos que se identifiquen con su nombre y el del medio. Good evening, everyone. We will begin this press conference with Real Madrid coach Jose Mourinho. Please remember that it's one question per intervention and that we kindly ask you to identify yourself with your name and the company that you represent before asking that question. Comenzamos. Carlos.
Mister, buenas tardes, Carlos Carvajosa de El Mundo. Después de lo del año pasado, quizá se pudo ir gran parte de la Liga.
La Liga was sort of lost in Osasuna last year. What did you learn from that experience? It was a decent loss. I remember saying after the game that there was not much to say. They were stronger than we were, faster on the ball. I won't say they were more motivated, because both teams are always motivated, but they showed more aggression. The referee will be the same, and I hope he'll do as good of a job as he did last season. His scores were very good. So that's what I've learned. You have to go full throttle, because that's how they will approach the game too. They have a very specific style, whether you like it or not, whether you like it a lot or not so much, it is what it is. The best quality for a team is precisely to have a style. They know what they play and how they do it, and that's why we expect a very tough match.
Hola, Mister. Ale Rodríguez de Televisión Española. ¿Le preocupa, además del partido, que esta noche junto al hotel se va a...
There will be a college party tonight right by your hotel. Are you worried about the consequences in terms of rest, especially before such an important game? No. We already got some rest. It would have been nice to play on Sunday, as we asked, to get some more rest. But we were told it was impossible because Barcelona was playing Atletico Bilbao on Sunday. But we already got some rest. And the hotel assured us that safety measures would be implemented. The quieter the better, but it's not a big deal if there's a little noise. If the noise comes from youngsters who are happy and having a good time, it might even stimulate us. Does tomorrow's game in El Reino de Navarra require 3 midfielders, a pressing triangle, as you call it? Or will you use a more traditional formation? What do you have in mind? I don't want to answer you. It's a good question, and it's football related. But it's hard for me to give you an answer. Khedira can't play. He's sick. So now I have to think about it all over again, because I've just found out this morning. I need to put some more thoughts into it. A few days ago, Zidane gave an interview in France, and he said that sooner or later he would coach a team. Do you think he's ready to coach Real Madrid someday? Can you see this happen? If Zidane said something, then you should ask him, not me. I believe it's been 10 away wins in a row, with tough away matches to come, such as Osasuna, Atleti, Barça, of course, Bilbao, and if I'm not mistaken, Valencia and Sevilla at home. Yes, Granada as well. My question is, do you feel the Liga will be lost or won in the away matches? No. La Liga is won or lost in every single match from the first one on. Obviously, a team usually earns more points at home. It's part of football, to think. And not only to think, but also to feel that it's easier to win at home for a series of circumstances. But every game is important. We have 9 games left, 4 at the Bernabeu, and 5 away matches, and we have to keep going game after game. Let's see if we earn enough points to win it. Now that we're getting into the final stretch, what the runner-up does becomes critical too. In this case, it's Barça. As it turns out, and I don't believe in coincidences, Barça's next opponent, Athletic, only has 2 days to rest. As a coach and a football pro, what do you think about it? I'd rather not say anything. Did you watch Raúl's match last night? Aren't you just a little sad that you couldn't convince him to stay with you at Real Madrid? What he's doing is fantastic. He's making his journey a beautiful journey until the end. When I arrived here, he had already made his decision.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Arantxa Díaz de ABC.radio. ¿Puede usted negar que usted o alguien en su nombre ha negociado con el Manchester City?
Can you deny that you or somebody on your behalf negotiated with Manchester City for next season? Yes, I can deny it.
Hola, buenas tardes. Carlos Sánchez Blas de Onda Madrid. Usted es idolatrado por la inmensa mayoría de la afición del Real Madrid.
You are idolized by a huge part of the fans. You're getting good results. You have 2 major titles within reach, and you have a contract. Why is it then that you never express clearly your desire to stay in Madrid next season? Because I don't feel the need to talk about something that doesn't need to be discussed. As you've said, I have 2 more years on my contract. I never said I was not staying, and that's why I don't have to talk about that or answer your questions about a topic that has no reason to be, in my opinion. I wanted to ask you about Rafael Varane. From the outside, he seems very mature. It seems that playing alongside star players makes him grow a lot. What do you demand from him, and what future do you see for him? Do you think he'll become the new Laurent Blanc? Better than Laurent. Better. I think he'll be better than Laurent because he's much faster. He has the same intelligence, the same tranquility, the same presence, the same profile as a man. Although when I met Laurent, he was already a grown man, while Varane is still a kid. But he's much faster. And with all due respect for Laurent's fantastic career, I hope Varane has a better career than Laurent. But he's a kid, okay? I'm not comparing Laurent when he was 30 with Varane who is 18. This is not comparable. I hope that when Varane reaches his football maturity, when he's 25, 26, 27, he'll be a better player than Laurent. I imagine it's not your fault nor your entourage's, but we keep hearing things about your relationship with Iker Casillas. Do you consider him the best goalkeeper in the world? And if so, does that mean that you won't want any other goalkeeper this year or next year? First of all, I don't have an entourage. There are no people calling themselves that. My entourage doesn't exist. In my private and social life? Yes. In my investments and my things? Yes. But at a sports level, I don't have an entourage. At a sports level, all I have are these two, and the other two downstairs. And if they speak on my behalf sometimes, when they hold a press conference or give an interview, you can consider them to be my entourage. But in football, it's just me and nobody else. Now the story regarding Casillas, it's a good one. The story doesn't exist. I have no problems with him or either of my players. It's an empty story. Yeah, but you haven't answered about... Yes, I have. I gave you a good answer. I wanted to ask you about Di Maria. He's been called up today. He won't be able to play 90 minutes, of course. So the question is whether he starts the game and gets subbed, or whether he sits on the bench and then gets subbed in for as many minutes as we think he should play. But he's been called up. Why are you holding this press conference today while you didn't last week nor after the game? That's a good question. That's a good question. Here's the deal. Last season, semi-finals of the Champions League. We talked to you, we opened our hearts, and you killed us. This season, Copa del Rey. We talked, we criticized the referee, we opened our hearts, and we were criticized because of that. In Villarreal, we decided, all of us, not to say anything about this game. We're not going to say anything, we're not going to criticize, we're not going to talk while being upset, we're not going to say anything that could get us in some sort of trouble. We went to dinner, we ate, we didn't like the food, but we went home as peaceful as possible, without causing any controversy or problems. We thought we were doing the right thing, but in the end, we were criticized for not talking. So the problem is not ours, it's yours. You have to decide what's better. Telling the truth and therefore starting a controversy, talking to the press under any circumstances, or refraining from starting a controversy, from heating up a situation, from criticizing who deserves to be criticized. It's your decision in the end. Because your reaction towards us was the same in both cases. We were criticized when we talked, we were criticized when we didn't. But this time, at least, we cannot be blamed for heating up things, for pressuring anybody, for wanting to start a controversy. No. We left Villarreal without saying a word. We kept it that way. After a week or 10 days or how long it was, we thought, let's not talk about that night that we want to try and forget. And that's all. I don't know if it's something about me or about Real Madrid, but we're always criticized anyway. But we think we did the right thing. There is not a single word from us criticizing this man who refereed that match. Not a word from me, not a word from the players. And we consider that that was the right thing to do. Do you expect Osasuna to come out more aggressively? Maybe similar to Betis or Villarreal or Malaga? Do you have a plan B to handle the situation? No, I don't have a plan B. They all come out aggressively in my opinion, and it's normal. Whoever plays for Real Madrid should know that it's an extra motivation for their opponents. It's not just about the 3 points, it's more than that. Prestige, self-esteem, many things. That's why it's normal, and that's why we've never criticized anybody who played us aggressively. We have to try and do a good game. We have to try and win. That's all.
Hi, Jose K. Murray, Real Madrid TV. Reino de Navarra, one of the hardest stadiums to go to in Spain. Osasuna doing well this season. What are you expecting tomorrow night from them?
I expect them to be the same they are always. They fight, they are aggressive, they play direct, they try to create problems to the opponent. They play together with a very good supporter side. It's difficult. It was difficult last season, not just for us, for almost every club that goes to Pamplona. And for us it will be a difficult game, but they want to win because they have objectives. We want to win because we have our objectives too. So one more match, 9 to play, and this is just one of 9.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.